Being in a romantic or sexual relationship is a deeply personal experience, and one of the most important parts of that relationship is communication, especially when it comes to sexual health. One of the common but often uncomfortable topics people struggle to talk about is protection. So today, we're going to dive deep into a topic that's crucial for both your health and your relationship: how to ask your partner to use protection. Now, whether you're in a long-term relationship, just starting something new, or even casually dating, asking your partner to use protection, like condoms or other forms of birth control, is not just your right, it's a responsible step. But we get it, it's not always easy. So let's talk about why it matters, when is the right time to bring it up, and most importantly, how to ask for it without creating conflict or discomfort. Why protection matters. Before we dive into the how, let's quickly revisit why protection is so important. First, STI prevention. Protection, especially condoms, is one of the most effective ways to prevent the transmission of sexually transmitted infections like HIV, chlamydia, gonorrhea, and more. You can't always tell by looking if someone has an STI, and some people may not even know they have one. Second, pregnancy prevention. If you or your partner can become pregnant, using protection like condoms or other birth control methods is essential unless you're both ready for parenthood. Accidental pregnancies can be life-changing, and being proactive helps both partners avoid unwanted stress. Finally, using protection sends a message that you respect yourself and your partner. It shows that you care about your health, their health, and the future of your relationship, whether it's long-term or short-term. Why it feels hard to bring up. So if protection is so important, why is it so hard to talk about? One reason is fear of rejection. People often worry that asking for protection will make their partner think they don't trust them or that it will kill the mood. Some worry it'll make things awkward or spark an argument. Another reason is lack of confidence or experience. If you're young, new to sexual activity, or just not used to having open conversations about sex, it can feel intimidating to bring up a topic that's often surrounded by stigma or embarrassment. But here's the truth: asking for protection is not a sign of mistrust or fear. It's a sign of maturity, self-awareness, and care for yourself and for the person you're with. When to bring it up? Timing is everything. The best time to talk about protection is before things get hot and heavy. Waiting until you're already in the moment can lead to pressure, tension, or even compromised decisions. If you can, bring up the topic early in your relationship or before becoming sexually active. For example, you might talk about it during a calm, private moment, maybe when you're cuddling, talking about your relationship, or planning your next date night. The goal is to have the conversation when both of you feel safe and relaxed, not rushed or emotionally charged. How to start the conversation? Now let's get to the heart of this video. How do you actually bring it up? Here are some practical, respectful, and effective ways to ask your partner to use protection. Be honest and direct. Sometimes, the best approach is the simplest. Just be clear about what you want. You could say, "Hey, I've been thinking, it's really important to me that we use protection if we're going to be intimate." Or, "I care about both of us, and I want to make sure we're safe. Can we talk about using condoms or another form of protection?" Being direct shows confidence and self-respect. Most mature partners will appreciate your honesty and willingness to communicate. Use I statements. When you're talking about something sensitive, it helps to use I statements to avoid sounding accusatory. Instead of saying, "You need to wear a condom," try saying, "I feel more comfortable when we use protection." Or, "I'm not ready for the risk of pregnancy or STIs, so I'd feel better if we used something." This frames the conversation around your feelings and choices rather than making it sound like you're blaming or controlling your partner. Talk about it before the moment comes. If you're getting closer with someone and no intimacy might be on the horizon, bring up the topic beforehand. You could say, "Things are getting serious between us, and I really like where this is going. Before we take the next step, can we talk about how we're going to protect ourselves?" This approach shows maturity and preparation. It might even build trust and deepen your connection. Normalize it. Protection shouldn't be a taboo topic. The more casual and confident you are when bringing it up, the easier it is for your partner to respond positively. You could say, "Just like we talk about boundaries and comfort, I think it's important we talk about protection too." Or even, "I always use protection, it's just how I take care of myself and the people I'm with." This makes it clear that using protection is your standard, not a one-time concern. Be prepared. If you're going to ask your partner to use protection, it's a good idea to come prepared. That means having condoms, dental dams, or whatever form of protection you prefer on hand. You could say, I brought some condoms, just in case things go that way. This shows responsibility and helps avoid the "we didn't have anything" excuse in the moment. What if they react negatively? Now, let's be real, not every partner is going to respond well. Some might say things like, "Don't you trust me?" It doesn't feel the same with a condom. "I've been tested, I'm clean. Are you saying I have something?" If that happens, stay calm, take a breath, and remember this: your comfort and safety come first. You can say, "This isn't about trust, it's about safety and what makes me comfortable." Or, "I'm just not okay with taking that risk. If we can't use protection, I don't feel comfortable moving forward." If your partner truly respects you, they'll understand. And if they don't respect your boundaries, that's a major red flag. What if you're in a long-term relationship? Some people assume that if they're in a committed or long-term relationship, they don't need protection anymore. And yes, that may be true in some cases, if both partners have been tested, are monogamous, and are using another form of birth control. But even then, it's still a conversation you need to have together. If one of you wants to use protection and the other doesn't, it needs to be resolved with mutual respect and care. Don't assume. Communicate. Empower yourself. Remember, it is never wrong to advocate for your health. Your body is your own. You have every right to set boundaries, ask for protection, and expect your partner to respect your choices. Asking for protection doesn't make you difficult, untrusting, or uncool. It makes you smart. It makes you responsible, and it shows that you care not just about this moment, but about your future. You deserve to feel safe, respected, and in control of your body, and anyone who's worth being with will respect that. Final thoughts: let's normalize conversations around protection. Let's make it okay to talk about condoms, birth control, and STI testing. Let's raise a generation that doesn't feel embarrassed or ashamed to take care of themselves. So the next time you ask yourself, "How do I talk to my partner about using protection?" just remember these 3 things: be honest, be respectful, and be firm in your boundaries. Your safety, your body, your choice. If this video helped you feel more confident or gave you some tools to talk about protection with your partner, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need it. Let's keep these conversations going. Thanks for watching, and take care of yourself and each other.